What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. I have a great video in store for you guys today. Silver approaching $25, actually green across the board. Gold at $1,917, silver $24.87, platinum $885, and palladium $2,474. Green, green, green. What does that mean? Are things going to stay in this bullish or this rally like fashion, or will the tables turn? The reality is, and the answer is, it could go either way. So much depends on what's about to happen, what's around the corner, right around the corner. We have the U.S. presidential election, two different candidates giving out or shelling out two different types of stimulus, and whoever wins, or whichever or however much stimulus is set out into the economy, is heavily going to affect and reflect the price of gold and silver. So going forwards, we have to be on our A game, because it's not like we can just say, oh well, it's gonna do this, so I know what I'm gonna do. There's several different directions that it could go, and you're gonna have to adjust on the fly. You gotta be sharp, because one day the price could be doing something, and the next day it could be completely different. And if you're stuck in your old ways, or you're not really paying attention, or just investing blindly, that can be devastating, to your profits. So, anyways, I got something, and since we're on the topic of of your investments, portfolios, I got a video set up for you guys today. It's a little bit different, but it's something that I think is also not talked about enough. A lot of people, or most of us, do diversify beyond just silver. If you guys can remember, back in the day, I had a channel called Crypto Slayer. I was heavily into cryptocurrency. I made a lot of money off Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin at $1,800, sold it around $18,000, and I did very well. And I shared it on my other channel, this channel, a little bit, and it was a great experience, because I showed literally the first video of me learning what Coinbase was, and what a hard wallet was and a cold wallet, and how to send a transaction. And over the months, you just slowly see me starting to get the hang of this and make a lot of money, $100,000 worth of money. But the thing is that just because I did that does not mean it's a great investment anymore. Times change. Things are ever changing. Bitcoin's run is over. You can't go in today's market with Bitcoin and try to make serious money. That ball has passed. You have to accept that it's a dead market now. Precious metals is definitely not dead yet. If anything, looking at gold's all-time highest price breaking through $2,000, silver, hitting $30 in August from an $11 increase from March, things are only looking like they're going to expand further. That's what all these charts are showing. That's what all the data is showing, and that's looking forward. What everything adds up to, it's blatantly obvious that the price of, or the potential, the opportunity of precious metals are just brewing, waiting to explode. Now, I wanted to incorporate this video into your I guess brain, because I want to know what else you invest into. I mentioned I invested a little bit into cryptocurrency, but I don't anymore. There's way too many problems with Bitcoin. There's too many altcoins, just oversaturated. It's too risky. There's too many uses for too many things. It's like every day there's a new invention for some type of altcoin that you can do some weird thing on the blockchain with. It's just not my style. It's too many. Especially when you're indecisive and you get overwhelmed. Too many. There's thousands and thousands and thousands. So if they would have stuck with one Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum and Litecoin, it would have definitely lasted a lot longer, and things could get interesting. Maybe I'll talk a little bit later on in the video about why Ripple could be interesting. But right now, I got to stay on track. Your 2021 portfolio, what is it going to entail? Is Bitcoin going to have its comeback? What about gold or silver? What about stock markets? What are you investing into in 2021? Maybe it's holding fiat currency. Maybe it's investing in Pokemon cards. That's actually very profitable. It can be, at least. So I want to know. I'll tell you a little bit about my portfolio, where I'm looking to really capitalize off in the next year, or what needs to happen for me to do that. And then I want to hear yours. We also have another article that's also talking about why the price looks positive leading into the US Open, but silver could be the better option. Gold looks positive, silver could be a better option. This has been a common theory. Definitely a common theory lately, where people are saying, yes, gold is positive, but silver, it looks like it's even more explosive. Now we'll get into the reasons why later on. First, foremost, let's jump into this 2021 portfolio. While we finished a week with a bang, the U.S. election is now less than a month away, and the fight for more or less stimulus seems to be the only thing anyone's talking about these days, and it should be, because that's what's going to be the biggest factor influencing the price of everything. That argument is causing high volatility levels in the markets that you can use to benefit your positioning in 2021. For instance, this week we saw a $2 range in silver, $59 in gold, $58 in platinum, and 17 cents in copper, $640 in Bitcoin, $4.50 in crude oil, and the list goes on and on. See if the two parties can agree on a stimulus package that will pressure the dollar, causing another surge in inflation expectations. Still, if talks break down, another washout will occur, giving you opportunities to build your 2021 portfolio. And this is perfect. Since these stimulus talks, regardless of who wins or how much, it's going to cause a lot of skepticism, a lot of speculation, and it's going to expand prices heavily, not just in precious metals, in everything. So yes, you can make money in Bitcoin. Yes, you can make money in gold and silver. Yes, you can make money in copper, crude oil. Only thing that is going to be a little bit of a risky or tricky investment would be stock markets, since they're so heavily intertwined to the economy from a pro way instead of a rebellious, or in a opposite way. So I like how they did say, regardless of who wins, that's not the point. It's so much bigger than that. See, they say we will face zero interest rates for multiple years, and the Fed will continue to expand its balance sheet to help support the economy. Easy money and government spending will help support gold over the long run, reaffirming our $2,275 first quarter target. Given that each candidate has different policies, we created a new free election trends booklet. So they definitely, there is trends that are happening, there's patterns. It doesn't mean that these are set in stone. It doesn't mean that things can't change from the flip of a dime. It doesn't mean they'll happen. The unknown variable is the most influential factor that a lot of people don't incorporate. But we can definitely get a good educated, or a pretty good sense of the direction something's headed. So what caused the renewed interest in gold and silver today? China has been on holiday all week and reopened last night. Gold was the first to surge upon China buying. The Chinese yuan followed closely behind. The yen is the highest level since 2013 of April. We are continuing to monitor major three-star resistance at 1933, 1937, a level in which we plan to trade against until it proves will break out above in the event of renewed buying from China dries up. Silver, on the other hand, was particularly volatile the past week, but now it is time to start taking your exposure up using a scale approach similar to what we used in gold. In 2021, we should see a green transition through the lower hydrocarbon economy that will radically boost demand for solar panels, and we want to run we want that front to run. That just has to be on the forefront of demand. I believe that having both precious metal and industrial characteristics is the 1-2 punch that will cause silver to be $40 or higher in 2021. Silver is a win-win situation. Whether the economy's in good shape or bad shape, silver's going to benefit. Gold only benefits when the economy's in bad shape. It's a monetary metal. It's a safe haven. Silver, since it's so intertwined in the economy and technology, even when the economy's in good shape, silver is being used up and intertwined in technology, and production's booming and businesses booming. And so silver benefits from both. It's a win-win. You can't go wrong with it. So remember, when the precious metals begin to take off again, silver generally moves much faster than gold. Conversely, when a gold correction happens, silver falls twice as hard. Therefore, manage your position appropriately. It's going to be a wild ride, and that's to say the least. See, I still think that we have some backlag or some aftermath of what's already happened, though. Since gold, starting from March, when the gold to silver ratio was 125 to 1, and to a 65 increase to leading into August of $30 silver, gold breaking past $2,000, there's still some rippling effects. And I think, look at it this way. Silver is more volatile than gold. I call it gold on steroids. Gold broke past $2,000. Silver still hasn't made its move. So silver is the dice, or silver still has the cards in hand that hasn't really made a move yet. Now, what is that move, or to what extent? That's really what nobody knows. But if we can incorporate or influence this upcoming election with it, it could really be explosive. Because even last year, I was talking about 2020 being a very bullish year for precious metals, and that was solely because of the election. I had no idea there would be a global pandemic as well. So, heading into the U.S. sessions, precious metals are performing well. Silver is one of the best performing metals and trades just over 2% higher, bested by only zinc. As you can see from the 4-hour gold futures chart, the price is still stuck between some key technical levels. The price did bounce off the bottom trend line, but the resistance level at $1,915 per ounce is still holding firm. If the bulls are to take control of the market, move in a downward sloping trend line, and blue previous wave high at $1,939 would need to be taken out. Keep an eye on these levels during the U.S. session. So we got some things. We got some numbers to look for, and right now, since this is talking about gold looking positive, but silver looking like a better option, this is going off of risk and reward. This is going off of the pro and cons. Gold looks positive, but silver could be a better option. Doesn't necessarily mean it could be more profitable, but it could be a safer, less risky play that could actually work out in your favor. Now, since silver is more volatile, you wouldn't think that normally silver would be a safer option. Gold is usually a safer option. But with everything that the market is doing, or with the charts, and we know, especially silver's industrial uses, it could be that. I want to know, and they even say silver's chart formation's much cleaner. They go into the formations. Next wave high at $25.71 is the main target. Beyond that, top of the chart, the structure could be the next resistance zone. So, silver does look more bullish than gold. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do right now? Are you setting up? If you're not preparing, then you're setting yourself up for failure. If you're not preparing to make a play, then you're literally just gonna put yourself in a bad situation. Because when that time comes, you're gonna have to impulsively or on the fly make a decision. That's where impulsive buying or impulse buying, panic selling comes in. You got to be ready. You got to always know your next move and 4 moves ahead of that. I don't even buy silver until I know how I'm going to sell that silver. If I'm looking on APMEX before I even click buy, I'm already thinking about how I could sell that coin. If I just buy it and then randomly one day think about how I'm going to sell it, I could be spending a lot of money on a lot of silver that's way too inconvenient or not even profitable to sell. So, anyways, I am curious. Are you going to look into stocks at all? Is it mainly precious metals? Is it gold or silver? Is it both? What's your percentage? For me, I'm going to focus a little bit on gold and silver this next year. Probably more so silver. I really want to up my ounces, the bullion. I got to focus a lot more on, I guess, American Eagle or pandas or kookaburras, stuff like that. I probably won't get too heavy into the collective, the numismatic or the higher premium stuff. Probably just around pandas, American Eagles, kookaburras, those types of coins. Maybe a little bit into junk silver because I love my walking liberties. Maybe some Morgans on the side, but Morgans would be purchased more from a numismatic standpoint than a junk silver standpoint. Junk silver is perfect for fractional. It's 90%, right? 90%. If you want to know how much silver is inside junk silver, take the face value, multiply that times 0.715, and it shows you exactly how many ounces or how many troy ounces are inside that. But the whole point is, it has silver in it. It's fractional, so it's a great way to especially if you're going to be bartering or trading. Fractional silver is key. If you're trying to trade something that's worth less than an ounce, you're not going to take a chainsaw to your coin or your 1 ounce bar. Fractionals is where is the key player, but fractional rounds are extremely expensive because they still have to stamp them the same as they stamp any coin. But since it's such a low amount, it's extremely expensive. But junk silver, constitutional silver is a way to stack fractionals without having to pay that, because a mercury dime is the same size as a 1/10 ounce round. So, knowing that, what are you doing on the forefront of your of silver, but in different categories? Are you focusing more on bullion? Maybe you're gonna focus more on higher premium stuff because you have a lot of bullion. Maybe you're gonna focus more on heavier bars. Maybe you're gonna focus more on poured silver. Who knows? I'm curious because there's a lot of different directions that 2021 could go, and we're definitely going to have to adjust and adapt on the fly. That's why it's so important to stay tuned in to my videos or subscribe to channels like mine that give you guys an updated video on a daily basis of what's happening to the precious metals prices, why they're acting the way they are, and where I think they're going to be heading. Because then you're always staying up to, you're always on your A game. You're always thinking about how to better or how to restructure your silver stack, and think about how much more profitable and successful you're going to be doing that on a daily basis subconsciously than someone who just blindly buys silver every couple months and just throws like $1,000 at the local coin shop, or just goes on APMEX and clicks buy every couple months and doesn't look at anything that's happening. You see how much more effective and how much more strategy, or how profitable that your strategy could be. This is what we're trying to do. I know that if you're not planning on selling for a very long time, the day-to-day prices don't have to matter, and they don't have to matter. If silver's up $3 one day and down $5 another day, that doesn't have to get you worked up, but you still need to know what's happening, because I'm sure you're always buying or looking for an opportunity to buy. You might not sell, but there's definitely opportunity to buy. There's never a time there's never too much silver. You can never have too much silver. You should always be looking how to get a position back in, and that's why you got to pay attention to the prices. You might not be selling, but you probably will be buying. Now, holidays, great deals. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so many different things going on. Modern Coin Mart has the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. where the 2021 Pandas will usually be out by then. You can get them around spot price. This year, premiums are a little higher, probably a little more expensive, but it's definitely worth it. Especially with all the premiums that are expanding within American Eagles as well. American Eagles are going to be worth just as much as Pandas nowadays, it looks like, and that's the new normal. We're going to be one of the people saying, I remember back when American Eagles were pegged to spot price and Pandas were the premium. Nowadays, and here on out, it's looking like all coins are going to be having a pretty hefty premium over spot, and that's because of the shortage. That's because of the pandemic. That's because of the high demand and the low supply. So I hope you enjoyed this video. The link to these articles will be in the description if you wanted to check them out yourself. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. This was Silver Slayer. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.